It's Jim's Kitchen again, and this time the episode is all about a cereal, and that cereal is Fruity Pebbles. This is one of my childhood favorite cereals, even though I wasn't really allowed to have them very often, but I just love it. There's the smell of a Fruity Pebble. It has a very unique smell, and it is very special. It's a yabba dabba doo great time. So, Fruity Pebbles, let me tell you a little bit about the history. It came from the Post Cereal Company. It wasn't called Fruity Pebbles to begin with. It kind of has a story. So before Fruity Pebbles existed, they had a cereal called Sugar Rice Crinkles, which was kind of like a Rice Krispie coated in sugar. Well, they were able to take Sugar Rice Crinkles and modify it to come up with this different, it was just puffed rice, but they were able to come up with a different shape. And they thought that shape had a fun little roundish rock shape, and they said, let's call it Pebbles. So when it first came out, it was just called Pebbles Cereal. And this was in 1969 before the Flintstone part happened. Well, let's get to the Flintstone part. Flintstones was a very popular cartoon from 1960 to 1966. It was originally catered to for adults, and then it ended up catering toward kids. They introduced characters, the children, Pebbles and Bam Bam. And Post thought, so it finished in 1966. And in 1969, after Pebbles was already created, Post thought, you know what? Flintstones, stones, Pebbles. Flintstone has a character named Pebbles. We need to do something about this. So they were able to get a hold of Hanna-Barbera and license the characters to be the spokespeople for their Pebbles cereal. And in 1970, it became Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles. They both came out at the same time, with the Flintstones being the spokespeople for the cereal. So, originally, when Fruity Pebbles first came out, the only colors in the bowl were orange, yellow, and red. Then in 1985, they introduced purple to the bowl. In 1987 came green. In 1994 came blue. And then their final one was in 2005. They introduced pink to the bowl. Isn't that fantastic? So there you go. That is the history of Fruity Pebbles. Now, what are we going to be having for dessert? I must find out. Wilma! And here it is. That is it. It is a Fruity Pebbles Poke Cake. A poke cake is a cake that you poke holes into and then pour some type of liquid in it. I love having a Jell-O poke cake where you pour the Jell-O into the cake and it kind of hardens around the cake. Well, this one involved condensed milk being put into it. And it has Fruity Pebbles in the cake mix as well as in the frosting. It's actually, the frosting is supposed to taste like your milk is after you're done eating Fruity Pebbles. So that's how, so it involves some heavy whipping cream and some gelatin is in there. And we got some Fruity Pebbles and some powdered sugar in that frosting. Okay, so I am gonna taste this cake. Well, I know it's gonna be sweet because that condensed milk is known for being sweet. The condensed milk makes it oh so moist. It's kind of like a pudding cake kind of moistness. And it's very good. I mean, you would eat it and you definitely know you're eating Fruity Pebbles. So if you are a Fruity Pebble lover, you might want to try the Fruity Pebble Poke Cake. Thank you so much for enjoying this cake with me. And we must tell you how we rate the cake. So, out of 10, I rate the cake an 8.1. There you go. Thank you again. And ta-ta for now. Bye.